What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, I want to give you guys a quick market update. This is going to be a fast one, but as you guys know, we do have the FOMC meeting today at about 2 p.m., and this is likely going to cause some crazy volatility in the market. Now, we've been talking about a big move incoming for quite a while on the channel, and I do think that today there is a good possibility that we will see that big move, and the big question remains, is it going to be a big move to the upside or a big move to the downside? So with this volatility, guys, comes a lot of unpredictability. So it's moments like this more than any that we need to be prepared whether price goes up or down. So in today's video, I want to give you the key levels to the upside and the downside that you need to be keeping a lookout for. And I also want to give you guys some insight into what I expect price to do if certain levels are broken, because there are some pretty key levels that, if broken, could lead to a lot more upside or a lot more downside. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the charts, take a look at these levels, and I want to give you guys my thoughts on the levels that I'm putting a little bit more emphasis on, and I want to give you guys some insight into what I expect price to do if these certain levels are broken. Let's get into it. So guys, here we are on the Bitcoin chart. Now we are looking at the 4-hour time frame, and first off, I do want to talk about if we are going to get a move to the upside. Now, as you guys know, we've been looking a lot at money flow recently, and it's because of the money flow coming out on some of those higher time frames that have been making me lean a bit more bearish. However, on my live stream last night, you guys will know we've been looking at some of these lower hourly time frames, having our money flow starting to work its way back to the upside, which could indicate that we are looking to get somewhat of a move to the upside in the short term. You can see our 4-hour money flow is working our way to the upside, and our 2-hour, although we did fake out into the green and come back into the red, it does look like we may start to come up a bit more with money flow on the 2-hour. And you can see here on the 5-hour, money flow did start to come back out, but again, we are generally coming to the upside. I will say, guys, right now, with the news coming out at about 2 p.m., things are likely going to be crazy and, more importantly, unpredictable. I usually don't trade this craziness. However, I will be live streaming the FOMC meeting today. I don't know if I'll be in a trade at that time. I am looking at a couple of entries. I don't usually trade this news, guys, but if you are out there trading, please, for the love of God, be careful and use good risk management. Set your stop losses and expect some unpredictable volatility. Usually we get a big move up and then a big move down, or a big move down and a big move up. So they like to wreck the bulls and the bears on these news days, so just be careful. But if we do wind up getting a move to the upside, guys, with our money flow cruising to the upside on the lower time frames, these are the key levels that I am watching. Obviously, we have our local value area low coming in at about $26,180. Now, if we are able to get a push up and get above this level, guys, this could potentially open the door for a shot up to the high of the range at about 27,400, 27,500. And depending on what exchange you're looking at, you may get a level around 25.3. However, the point is if we get above this key level at 26,180, which again is the value area low of our range, we could expect some more potential upside up to that value area high. Now, there is going to be some strong resistance in the middle of this range. Not only do we have a point of control here and a golden pocket, but we also have a daily and a weekly level within this purple box. So I would be expecting some kind of crazy resistance at this level. However, even if it gets messy and we get bing bong back to the downside, I would expect to eventually come back up here. However, that is if we get above this level and get accepted back into the range. Now, another thing to realize here, guys, is if we do get above that local value area low, we also have our more macro value area low in this purple box as well. So I won't only be looking to flip this level to support, but that second value area low at the top of the purple box is going to be key as well. And that level is coming in at about $26,360. Now, what happens if we get some more bearish news and we get that big move to the downside? Now, if we do get that move to the downside, guys, some of the key levels I will be watching. Now, there are a couple of levels specifically that I am looking at. Now, one of them is going to be about $25,200, which is basically the top of this blue box. And if we do get that move down, guys, I will be potentially looking for longs at this level. And if we break deeper into this blue box, this is where the support levels become more and more important, because if we start losing this level here, which is our value area high, coming in at about $24,400, this is where we could start to see some more downside for Bitcoin. If we get rejected below this value area high, it would open up the door to potentially potentially get a quick move down to our point of control, which is getting in the ranges of about $23,460. And we all know once you reject that value area high and cannot get back above it, not only are you looking to get to the POC, but you are also looking to get to that value area low at some point, which does come in at about $22,100, in which case, that is where I would be looking for some support. And last but not least, there is one more very, very important level. Now, this is going to be a pretty low target. However, if we pull our golden pocket all the way from the low of this bear market all the way up to the all-time high, or the all-time high of this like little fake out bull rally that we had, if it winds up coming down here, this golden pocket does come in between about 21,300 and about 20,850 or 20,876, and this is going to be an extremely important level to hold. I don't know if we'll get all the way down there today. However, it is a level to be aware of. But for today's meeting, guys, the levels that I am paying the most attention to the downside is going to be this value area high from this previous range that we were trading in, as well as that level at about 25.2. And again, that value area high, if we don't hold it, will basically be our door to lower prices. And with Bitcoin losing its 200 weekly moving average, it would be possible to get a bigger breakdown here. But again, we do have money flow coming up on those lower time frames, so it could be indicating a move to the upside. Things are a little bit unclear right now, and even if things were crystal clear on the chart, with this news coming out, a level of unpredictability comes with that volatility, and that is why I typically sit these days out of trading. So in cases like this, guys, you have to be prepared for a move in either direction. Now, one more thing I do want to show you guys is I'm going to go ahead and hide all of our TA here, and I do just want to remind you that we are forming somewhat of a falling wedge here, which would be technically a bullish reversal pattern, and this could wind up giving us a break to the upside. We are kind of just hanging out at the bottom of that pattern. Price will enter these falling wedges. It will coil up, and as it gets closer to the end of the pattern, it will break to the upside. So that is a point for the bulls with money flow coming up on the lower time frames. But again, I am leaning neutral here just because of the unpredictability of the news. So don't forget to set your stop losses and use good risk management if you are trading this craziness. And with all that being said, guys, that's all the time I got for today's market update. Just wanted to drop this quick update before the meeting comes out, just so you guys have those key levels to watch and what to expect if we break above or below one of those key levels of support or resistance. And with all that being said, that's all the time I got for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Frankie Candles out.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming on my landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like.